Yo, it's Willy J Peso, the big giraffe, stone like Willy. I just jumped off the porch with dirty glove bastards.
Before I catch a flight out to Cabo, I drive to Southwest with my wife for some tacos. Me and Styles P shot up.
Willy J Peso,
What up, though?
Detroit cannabis connoisseur,
Absolutely.
legend.
What's good, my baby?
What's happening with you, man? Welcome to DGB.
Thank you, bro. Shit, we got this giraffe head, strain, new album out right now, livemixtapes.com and all streaming platforms. We just pushing the brand, stone like Willy.
How long you been down here in Atlanta?
I've been down here in Atlanta this week. I came down for a movie premiere for my man Al Nuke. They just did a movie with Zaytoven called Too Finesse. We was at the Atlantic Station, so we came out here. They showed a lot of love and did some type of marketing for my album. Had the whole theater banging the album throughout the whole premiere before the premiere kicked off. So working around with Coalition DJs, ATL, just on a good promo run. Now we here, we off the porch.
Okay. You ain't made no other connections besides the Coalition and Al Nuke. You was just in and out, or?
I got a lot of love in Atlanta. Shout out to my man Big Bank. I definitely tapped in with Big Bank while I was down here. Whole Big Facts podcast. A lot of people. I got a lot of love out here in ATL. Just out here marketing. You know, we went to Stank On Your Studios and tapped in with everybody over there at the Coalition DJs. Make sure that they do New Music Mondays. Man, it's been a lot. We just been moving since we've been out here, just grooving, you know, tapping in with everybody. We did a pop-up with my man, Big Chico. We did a puff party where I had some of my fans come out and get a chance to get a sample of the giraffe head.
What's it like growing up in Detroit? What's it like growing up on the east side?
You see, I grew up on the west side, and then as I got older, I moved to the east side and bought property on the east side of Detroit. But growing up in Detroit, I mean, it was cold most of the time. You know, you had to hustle. It was always something going on. For me to be my age and still be here is a blessing. You know, I know a lot of homies that ain't here today because street life, just wrong place, wrong time. So I'm thankful. I love Detroit. It made me who I am today.
How old were you when you first jumped off the porch?
Like 15, 16, I jumped off the porch and got like 2 jobs when I was young, you feel me? And then while I was in school, I kind of learned from being around bigger homies, kind of different street lessons, how to hustle, how to pick up the bag. I've always been around weed and always been around music since I was young, so it just came natural for me.
So they go hand in hand, really?
Yeah, it do go hand in hand. You know, weed have been in music since the beginning of time, you know. Jazz players always had some good joints around when they was making music, you know. I'm pretty sure Ray Charles and them, Temptations was getting high back in Detroit in the 60s during Motown. So yeah, we've always been around in music, for sure.
What's your biggest life lesson you've learned so far?
Stay consistent, don't ever quit. Trust the process, keep the faith. Everything will work out if you just keep going. It's all meant to be. It's part of God's plan.
What's the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome so far?
Being broke. Being broke and the mindset of being broke. Just knowing that we truly not really broke. Everything that we want and need, we already have. You kind of got to just figure out the right strategy to get to what it is that you're trying to achieve. But, you know, you just got to change that mindset. Looking at other people, seeing their success, thinking why you haven't reached a certain level or not, but really you are where you're supposed to be for that moment until you do what you need to do to get to the next, you know, task, next level.
How old were you when you really got into music?
Shit, I've been doing music since I was in high school, so I was really young. I can thank my mama. She bought me like my own recording little set, like a little microphone, little get up you get from Guitar Center when I was like 14, 15. So all the homies would come to my house, you feel me? I got homies that would come over after school and shit, and we just be in the closet trying to fucking record or in the basement trying to record music since we was young. So like 14, 15, but I started taking it serious around like 18, you know. I'm out on my own, living on my own. We was living off of like 7 Mile Telegraph, doing shows downtown Detroit, and we just really started taking it serious from there. Yeah.
What are some of your musical influences?
Oh man, for sure, all the OGs from Motown. Jay-Z would be one of my big influences, for sure. Just because of the accolades he did coming from Detroit. Down here in Atlanta, I look up to, you know, Outkast, T.I., Jeezy, all those big names coming up from like the early 2000s and shit. I like Frankie Beverly and Maze. I say that would be one of my big influences, and for sure, like Snoop and Bob Marley.
Did you really start taking rap more serious after you started getting booked for shows and making money off it, or was it always just a passion?
No, I took rap serious from the beginning, from the very beginning. I started off when I was young. Like I said, we was in high school making music. We was making mixtapes, going up to Northland, selling them after school at Press Play. So I've always took music as a business. I looked at music as a way to make money, for sure, for sure. As a kid, I knew I wasn't about to make it to the NBA. So, you know, growing up as a black kid, you always be like, I want to be an athlete. You want to be somebody famous. You want to be a celebrity. So I looked at music as an opportunity for me to get a big bag. I want a large bag. So from the very beginning, I always looked at music as a business.
How'd you get your rap name?
When I was young, my cousin put me on to the Dynasty album. And Jay-Z got a song called Change the Game where he said he was about to change his name to J Peso from William. So I was like, damn, I'm about to be Willy J Peso. And I just stuck with that and been running with that since I was young. That shit been going up since then. So I'll say my name came from listening to Hov. Yeah.
What do you feel like brings out the best in your music?
Weed.
Right there, huh?
Just right here. It gives me a good vibe when I'm in the studio, when I'm performing at shows. I use weed like a bridge. It connects me with people. You feel me? I don't care who you are, white, black, male, female. If you smoke weed, we're gonna have something in common. And we're gonna be able to talk and grow from there. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the rap game right now?
I think the rap game is evolving, it's changing. I think the entire rap game is corporate. You have a lot of people with big money watching everything that we do. Especially coming from Detroit right now, we at a great point where we got probably like 20 artists that's got some type of deal going on right now. They got over millions and millions of streams going from their, you know, YouTube to their Apple Music and Spotify. Some of those are still independent artists. So I would say the rap game, it's an opportunity for anybody right now to get in and advertise their brand. If you got something going on, you can become a rapper and make some money.
What's the biggest risk that you took in your life that's paid off?
Being a rapper. That'd be my biggest risk I took. I got a college degree and everything, but I'm a rapper first. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I ain't put a whole lot into my music career, but by me, you know, applying myself into what my passion is paid off in ways that I probably never thought. I got my own strain right now, so I'd say actually being a rapper is the biggest risk that has paid off for me.
What's the biggest sacrifice you've had to make?
The biggest sacrifice I had to make would have to be probably, you know, sacrifice. Literally going on the road when I had a job. I had a real 9-to-5, and I had to choose between my 9-to-5 that was paying me a salary, base pay, and going on the road and just taking my merchandise and trying to make it every day. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing where the next dollar was gonna come from, but knowing that if I go do this, I'm gonna make $1. Like, this is where I was supposed to be doing. So it paid off, but I say that would be my biggest sacrifice. Like 2017, I was on tour with Jaron Benton, and I told my job, like, look, I'm gonna be gone for a week. So they let me go for like a week, 7 days, 5 days, you know, but it was a 9-day tour. We went, did the whole tour. I came back, went to work on Tuesday. On Thursday, they laid me off. On Friday, I was back in Seattle on tour. So I would say that'd be my biggest sacrifice. Just go with what it is that you really supposed to do. The money gonna come. Go for your passion. Go for where your heart at. The money gonna come with it.
What's the music scene back like in Detroit?
It's popping. East, west, southwest, Flint, Inkster, shit. Everywhere in Michigan right now, there's somebody that has a lane. They have their own lane or they in the city lane and it's working. You got people all around the world in love with Detroit culture right now. You know, I don't even want to just say it's the rap game. You know, we got BMF on TV right now. So that's Detroit culture, you feel me? Free Big Meech. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing right now to be from Detroit. You know, even though a lot of people have left from the city of Detroit over the last 50 years, I feel like at this point right now, those people that have left are still proud to be a Detroiter at one point in time in their life.
Why do you think that artists in Detroit have been overlooked for so long? I know right now it's a resurgence and, you know, the light is on Detroit, but what reason do you think it took so long for us to finally get that light on us?
We ain't had no industry in Detroit. You know, our industries are automotive, mostly automotive. Now you got the cannabis industry, you know, got the medical field in Detroit that's booming with insurance or health insurance and stuff like that. But ever since Motown left, our entertainment industry left. You feel me? So I think without having a large entertainment industry around your city, it's hard for these artists to get to know the right people that can help their career go international. You feel me? Plus, I put it on the news that they do let come out of Detroit. For a long time, it was all bullshit. You feel me? They would just say negative stories. They put a negative stamp on the city of Detroit. You know, everybody know that we went bankrupt. You feel me? But they don't know about all the blessings that we have in Detroit. They don't know about all the great people that came from Detroit per se. You feel me? They know about, you know, the one from Motown, but I think after Motown left from Detroit, there was a big gap in our entertainment industry. So I say that'd probably be one of the biggest reasons. And now there's a lot of people in the entertainment industry that are from Detroit or have ties to Detroit directly, you know? So that's a big benefit.
Do you think that that artists in Detroit support each other?
Somewhat, yeah, you know, to the most part, you know, Detroit like any other, you know, neighborhood, you know, you got sides, you got differences. You know, for me, I support majority of all the artists from Detroit. Shit, I pay for my features, so I feel like that's supporting right there, you know, tapping in with them, building the bridge between us and making content, making music, you know, so a lot of them do. A lot of them don't at the same time.
Can you tell us about your inspiration for the single 12 Plants with Nisha Nashay?
Yeah, shout out to my sister Nisha Nashay. We were both in this brand ambassadorship with this brand called Giraffe. You know, shout out to Giraffe. Shout out to the whole Giraffe family, you know. And I was working with pretty much majority of the artists. I did a whole EP called 12 Plants, where I had Skilla Baby on there, Eastside Re-Up, Nisha Nashay, Ametria. She was also a brand ambassador too. So my man Flo, he came and he got like 12 his favorite artists that he fucked with, and we all pushed his brand, which is Giraffe. It's dope. For all my stoners out there, look up Giraffe. It is similar to Moon Rock, but it's Giraffe. It's top premium Keef, top premium wax, top premium flower, all combined, and we stamped it as Giraffe, and we've been pushing it. Now you can go to stores in Michigan, like dispensaries out there in Michigan, you can actually get it from us actually helping this black man push his brand And that's where the song kind of came from, while we was in the studio and we was smoking on a lot of different cannabis. My boy, the realest beats, came up with this dog ass beat that he had heard, that he produced. I want to say it was him and Wood on the beat. They both played it for us, and the rest was history. And now, you know, we got radio play for it. We got a lot of love. The Shazams and all the TikToks are up. It's lit. I can't complain.
Can you tell us about your indica, sativa, and hybrid albums, and your merch, and your Stone Like Willy clothing line?
So right here is an example of an indica hoodie. So about 2015, I dropped my sativa EP. My partner, Kozar at the time, was like, we gotta get merchandise. I had been seeing people, we was going to South by Southwest, and homies who was working with like Mac Miller and everybody, they was getting on the road and they was selling their merchandise. So we was like, all right, sativa. We gonna drop a sativa t-shirt. It's gonna be blocked just like this, and it's gonna say sativa. So that shit started selling, but then everybody came up to me and was like, well, I smoke indica. I don't smoke sativa, I smoke indica. So I was like, all right, bet. I went and I dropped the indica EP, and then I dropped the indica t-shirt with that. Well, then my homie Key, he like, well, shit, bro, if you don't hurry up, I'm about to drop this hybrid shirt, because I see everybody around Michigan, Detroit, everywhere wearing your merchandise. So I was like, okay, about 2018, I dropped hybrid, and then I went on tour. We did a 45-city tour with Devin Dude, and I linked up with High Times magazine, and I did like tons of cannabis events, cannabis festivals from Michigan to California, just selling my merchandise, just selling t-shirts that said the same name as my projects. It was sativa, indica, and hybrid. Well, then a brand by the name of Heavyweight Heads came up to me, and they was like, we want to get you your own strains, sativa, hybrid, and indica. So this hoodie right here, this is the collab I did with Heavyweight Heads. We dropped the indica hoodie, and we dropped my indica strain, which is this giraffe head. Yeah, so, you know, off of merchandise, it grew into more, and we still got a lot further to grow.
What's it like with Devin Dude? What's your relationship like with him? He seems like a real cool guy.
Devin is the motherfucking dude. You feel me? Like, that's my homie, that's my big bro. Like I said, we went on the road for 2 months. I was his co-headliner on the D-Tour, and we did 45 cities in 60 days. 45 cities in 60 days. This was like maybe my third time going on the road, but never to this extent. We smoked the entire time. We went to some of the places I had never even heard of, and they were showing Dev love. Like OGs from everywhere, young people, like they really know Devin the Dude, and he's synonymous with weed, which is crazy to me, because bro is from Texas. So, you know, unless you really been down to Texas, you don't know that they really smoke real big down there. Like for real, like they smoke big. So shout out to all my coffee brothers. Shout out to everybody down there, Devin the Dude, the whole family. I appreciate everything. It was love, bro. So we locked in. We got a single out right now on iTunes called Funky Hippie Shit. And then we about to get ready to drop a new song real soon, probably in 2022.
Now, can you tell us about your new Giraffe Head project?
Yeah, so I just dropped a new album based off of the strain called Giraffe Head. I also did a live mixtapes version, because I did a partnership with Live Mixtapes, LMT Pro, which is their new streaming platform that they got out here for artists, where, you know, before you would drop a mixtape on Live Mixtapes and you would never see the bag. Your numbers and views would be astronomical. It'd be like millions on millions of views and streams, right? Well, they did a partnership where now you put your project on Live Mixtapes, you'll get paid for being on Live Mixtapes as well as getting paid for your DSPs. So we dropped the Giraffe Head on there on the 1st of December. I also dropped a mixtape version with Coalition DJs Detroit. So they came and they brought the Detroit vibe to it, where, you know, if you ever been to a strip club in Detroit, it's a little sped up. you know. So we sped the album up a little bit for the live mixtape version. But if you go to iTunes, Spotify, or Tidal, or YouTube, you're gonna get the normal version of Giraffe Head, you know, where it's just lit. It's a good stoner vibe. You're gonna wanna smoke your weed to it, hit your bong, take a dab, might eat an edible, and just listen to it. So it's out right now. Giraffe Head going crazy.
Can you explain the title?
Yeah, so when I came in, I did the collaboration with Heavyweight Heads. We sat down at the table, and Stone Like Willy is a giraffe. I think of myself as a giraffe. I got a video game on Xbox One right now called Save the Trees, where I got the giraffe trying to save all the trees while he stay away from cops and the government and the jack boys. You just gotta jump around. And it's free. You can go download that right now on Xbox One. So when I came with Heavyweight Heads, I was like, I wanna bring the giraffe and I wanna collab that with the Heavyweight Heads. So that's where we got the Heavyweight Heads, Giraffe Head, Willy J Peso, Giraffe Head. I'm high off this indica, excuse me, bro. I'm smoking these. You got your pre-roll?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Like that shit.
What features you have on your album?
I got the homie GT. I got Eastside Egg Roll on there. I got my homeboy Slim with the pack. He on this Giraffe Head. And my dog from Crud Inc., Sean Dada. We kept it light for the Giraffe Head because we coming right back with Planet Peso 2, early 2022.
Any producers in particular you want to mention off the album?
Yeah, I got Jerry Parker. He did probably like 3-4 of them. The Realest Beats, he did a couple of them on there. Iceman Beats, my dog Jupiter, he on there. Yeah, I got a couple other homies that's on there as well. There's a lot in-house. Like I fuck with Detroit producers a lot. Majority, you know. I got one on there from my boy out in LA when I was out there fucking with Taylor Gang at the Kush Factory. Priya, he got a record on there called Tour Dates. He produced that when we was in LA. So, but majority of my music is produced by Detroit producers. It's a Detroit sound, but it's my Detroit sound. Yeah.
You have a personal favorite song on the album?
Probably Find Your Lane, produced by Jupiter. That's the only video I got out right now. It's on YouTube. So that's, to me, one of my favorite. It's a real hip hop feel. It's different. It don't sound like everything else that's out right now. It's just a vibe, you know, some shit that you can smoke some weed to, cruise to, you know what I'm saying? But I'm giving game, you feel me? Really just trying to give game. I don't wanna put out too much bullshit. You feel me? It's like the weed. You don't really want to give away Bammer weed just to make a lot of money because they won't come back. You feel me? So I'm trying to give out as much quality as I can for them to come back. Trying to hit the streets with a lot because shit, that's why we got the bag. You gotta get the bag, you feel me?
Can you tell us about your Giraffe Head strain?
Yeah. The strain?
The strain itself, yes.
Yeah, so it's cultivated by Heavyweight Heads. If you don't know Heavyweight Heads, you should look them up. If you're in California, they in all the cookie stores in California. They in all the stores in Michigan, you know, and they constantly growing. So they came and they brought me a bunch of different strains for me to try. And I fell in love with the Giraffe Head. It had this like cream soda, gelato, wedding cake type taste to it, and it put me to sleep. A lot of flour don't put me to sleep. I smoke a lot of flour. Cause I take dabs too, I feel like the flour don't put me to sleep as much. When I first hit that Giraffe Head, it had a kick. And I was like, yeah, I like it. And then I traveled around and I tapped in with a lot of my real ones from West Coast, East Coast, down South. And they was like, that Giraffe Head, that shit smoking. So we've been pushing the Giraffe Head right now. We got like 9 dispos in Michigan and that carry where you can go, if you got a med card from any state, you can go get the Giraffe Head. And I got a couple places where all you gotta do is be 21. It don't matter where you from. You can pull up, show your ID, and you can get the Giraffe Head. So yeah, the Giraffe Head is fire. Ask around, that's what I would say. Ask around. Don't ask me, ask them.
Can you tell us about the cannabis industry in Detroit or in Michigan?
Well, the cannabis industry is $1 billion industry. I feel like everybody in the world should be a part of the cannabis industry. Like, in Michigan, anybody over the age of 21 right now can grow 12 plants a week on private property. It's anybody over the age of 21, if you're a resident of the state of Michigan, you can grow 12 plants of cannabis. So in Detroit right now, we're also recreational. Well, the state is recreational. The city of Detroit is going through like a little lawsuit because they don't want to let the legacy Detroiters, us, really get into a fair chance at the industry. It's a lot of big money players a part of the cannabis game, but it's a lot of people that have been affected by the war on drugs, i.e. people like me, incarcerated for weed, got weed charges, a little petty. Man, I just met a homie in New Orleans that went to jail for 10 years for 2 joints. You feel me? That shit is crazy to me. Where I'm from, right now, it's an opportunity for people who've been affected by it to get a part of this $1 billion industry. So for the most part, it's good. It's ever changing. There's a lot of adversity still in it, but it's still an opportunity. We gotta work hard. They don't give a shit.
Can you tell us about your record label?
My record label, shit. Right now, we working towards a record label. I'm independent. I ain't got no record label. I'm an independent artist. I own my music, and I'm trying to work with other artists to help them own their music.
Are you interested in trying to get signed by a major label?
I'm interested in a lot of great professional business partnerships. If it happens to be with a major record label, absolutely, but it gotta be good business. It gotta be good for my family, for my kids, and those to come after them.
Being independent is probably tougher, but what's your biggest challenge that you see being independent?
The money, shit, yeah. I mean, unless you do other things for money, this music industry costs. Everything costs. It's a business. In every part of business, there are fees. I don't care if you was a restaurant owner, you gotta pay for your chef, you gotta pay for your ingredients, you gotta pay for your paper plates and your napkins and toilet paper for the guests after they, use the bathroom. So the music industry is no different. You got high costs, you got low costs. You gotta decide what you wanna do with your business and go from there. Like, for some people, they wanna be on the radio. Well, if you wanna be on the radio, you're gonna have to do certain music and pay certain things to certain people to make sure that you stay in rotation. It's advertisement, If you wanna be on the road, you're gonna have to know and have the right booking manager, or you're gonna have to get out here and do your own research and development to learn where you need to go. So, yeah, I mean, that's the biggest challenge as an independent artist is funds, and then from there, you're independent. So the creative plan comes from within, So we get to make our own choice where we want to go. Yeah.
What are you working on new? What's your new songs? What new projects you have coming?
Well, we pushing the Giraffe hit currently. That's new. We just dropped that. But we're getting ready to put out a song with me, Burner, Nesta Pharaoh, called To Come Up with my people out in Cali, Royal Entertainment, and GT Digital. We about to get ready to drop that. That's next. Then I got Planet Peso 2 on the way. That whole project is produced by Jerry Parker. Me and my dog, DJ Cool Breeze, we working on a mixtape, Crud Inc. I got a bunch of unreleased music, more content, more videos. I've still got to drop more videos from off the Giraffe Head and trying to get this Giraffe Head strain in every possible store that I can. Shit, Zoomies, hit me up. We need to get, this indica merchandise and Zoomies or something like that. I'm trying to just grow the brand.
You got any last words?
And you over the age of 21, go to stonelightwilly.com so you can find out where you can get the Willy J Peso Giraffe Head. Shout out to Heavyweight Heads. shout out to Dirty Glove Bastards. Gotta give y'all a shout out. Shout out to everybody that support me, all the real ones, man. Shout out my baby. I love y'all. It's like that.
Appreciate you coming out, man.
No, I appreciate you, man.
Before I catch a flight out to Cabo, I drive to Southwest with my wife for some tacos. Me and Styles P shot a video in Vernon. Same day